Okay, so I decided to give my Ripmo AF a try out here at Theater Worth. I had to park on the west side of the trail because there's a big ski event going on. There's absolutely no parking at the regular trailhead. So I'll be coming in from the back side and giving my bike a shot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the reason that I decided to ride my Ripmo AF today is because I went fat biking on these trails yesterday, and the trails were really well packed and looked really good. Basically meaning that you could use any size tire bike for the most part. I kind of in the video mentioned that 2.5, 2.8, something like that with low pressure would work just fine. So my Ripmo AF is a 29er with 2.5 tires, and I lowered the pressure, and we'll go ahead and see how this works. It'll be fun to get this bike out on the trail if I have plenty of traction. It's going to be a good time. Alright, this trail here is called the Loose Line. It's actually a paved trail. They don't plow it in the wintertime, which is interesting because commuters like to use it. But you can see pretty well packed, so if you ride a fat bike or something. And then this bike seems to be doing alright. Let's get to the trail. Alright, here we are at the North Loop. It's the same loop I did on my fat bike yesterday, and this is an entrance on the west side of the trail. I actually was part of the crew that helped put the wooden parts of the fence in, just to make it a little harder for people to just go around the gate when it's closed. And it looks pretty neat. I like it. So let's do this. 29er, 2.5s, and it is perfect. It's awesome. I do notice my rear tire doesn't have quite the traction that the fat bike had. When I'm pedaling, it slides a little bit. So it's definitely different. Gotta let the skiers go. So it's a little slidey, but I have some room to let more air out. So as soon as I get to a good stopping point, I think I'm gonna do that. See if it helps. A little more out the front. Yeah. Front is real squishy. Yep. See how this goes. Now they're almost as squishy as my fat bike tires. Over the rock. Yep, that made a world of difference. Now I just can't hit anything super hard. Oh, flat spot of rim or something. Oh, it's amazing how much has melted since yesterday. Oh yeah. You can actually see some of the exposed rocks. Oh, I'm out of shape. This is only my second ride since my knee replacement. Of course, it's like 2 straight months of not doing any cardio. Between the trees with wide bars. These bars are a lot wider than the ones on my fat bike. I have no idea if these tires and rims are designed for this lower pressure. Might be really easy. Peel the tire off the rim and then it's all over. That happens. So I'm gonna say that even though it is possible to ride with skinnier tires than a fat bike, it's way different and you don't have nearly the traction. So even when the trail's packed like this, whew, duck under the tree. Even when the trail's packed like this, fat tires still give you gobs more traction. And the reason is because this, even though it's packed, it's still like riding on a loose surface. So imagine like riding on a trail that had like 1/4 inch of sand on it everywhere or something, right? You're just gonna not have all that great traction. But the fat bike, you've got way more contact and so a lot more traction. The nice thing about getting out and riding this now is I know a few things I want to change. The seat, as pretty as this stock saddle is, it's not wide enough and it's too firm. That's icy. This ice wasn't here yesterday. So this is what happens. Got up to like 34, 35 degrees yesterday. The sun out. Melted up the trail in some areas. And it looks like nobody rode it when it was like that. Which is nice because had somebody rode it when it was warm, that icy area back there would have had big frozen ruts in it. And that's why we always recommend not riding the trails when it's above freezing. And you can see what happens when there is a rut. It just catches my wheel and pulls it over. So that rut is just there because it's people getting wedged between the rocks. It's not because people were riding in warm temps. And had I had a fat bike, I very likely wouldn't have even noticed it was there. Alright, here's a little bit of a downhill. I'll see how I can do. Probably, ooh, sketch. Be a little careful on speed. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That's slippery. Yep. This is proof right here that being on a fat bike would be better. Yeah, that was sliding all over the place. Yeah, I get to experience the 50 tooth in the back for the first time right here. Oh, but my back tire doesn't have any traction, it's spinning out. This is going to be the tighter twisty section, but pretty sure I'm not going to be ripping the corners on this bike. Little jump. Not really. Totally slipped out the bottom of that ravine. We'll ride the skinny. Hopefully it's doable. Being careful. Alright. Usually I just mock at that thing. Not today. Fun berm coming up. Alright. A little downhill. The jump. I was really mellow on that for lots of reasons. Yesterday I skied it on the fat bike. Today I have the suspension that I'm not familiar with on this particular bike. Don't even know if I have it set up correctly. And then lack of traction, all those factors. So this is the trailhead. That would be the east side. But you can hear, maybe, I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear the speakers in the distance. Yep, ski racing going on. Take the left. Let's actually follow the trail. It's a little left split. That's called the dump loop. It's just a little bit more technical than going straight. We'll try it. I did it yesterday on the fat bike. This bike will be a lot more slidey, but I think I can handle it. Not as packed either because there's less traffic that goes through here. Challenge accepted. Stay on the trail. I'll go I feel a lot slower than I was on my fat bike. We'll go this way, the mellower route. And again, skipping the big concrete slab or whatever we call that. But Try the skinny. Oh, slippery. Oh, did not make it. At least there was an easy ride off. There was, that was mostly covered in snow yesterday, and today it was like icy, but icy on one side, so it was kind of lopsided or leaning to one side, so it was really hard. Pure ice. Look at how bad that is. Just one day. It's way worse. Alright, rock armor climb's coming up. Hey. There were still no exposed rocks on it except for that little bit at the top. I'm tired. Alright. Just had to take a little break there. I think at this point in time we can say my knee is pretty good. Now it's just a matter of working on my fitness. Getting back up to where I was last summer, last fall. I ride that all the time in the summer. Looks like it's got just enough ice on it to make it really dangerous. Now that I'm on the pavement, I can see how low my pressure is if I go like this. That back tire just like goes and slides out to the side. Fishtail style. Can totally feel the tire flexing. I'd say probably the lowest I would ever run these is 20. Somewhere between 20 and 25. I'll have to figure it out in the summertime. But I believe I have them down to like 15 or something. Pretty low. In case you're wondering, tire pressures on fat bikes versus tire pressures on regular bikes, very different. 10 to 15 psi on a 29er like this is basically a flat tire, as to where that pressure on a fat bike is hard as a rock. And the reason being is that when volume increases, the tire actually gets more pressure. And I mean, it's kind of a science thing, but if you think about cars with all their weight and everything run 32, 35 psi and can withstand the weight of the car. Well, the reason why is because looking at a car tire, as I just pulled up to the car, there's a lot more volume there. And, you know, tire sidewalls and stiffness is also a lot more on a car tire too. Alright, what did I learn today? Well, I really like that bike so far, but I didn't really get to push it like I normally would on the snow. I definitely learned that even if the trail is nice and packed and you can ride a regular wheel, you know, regular sized tire on bike on it, This is a 29er 2.5. I ended up lowering the pressure way down, and it just didn't even have close to the traction that my fat bike had. I saw quite a few people out there on fat bikes. A couple of them passed me. It was fun. So, I mean, riding my bike, of course it's fun. But if I'm gonna be honest, I would much rather have been on my fat bike today. You can just rail the turns. You don't have to worry about slipping and sliding. And the biggest difference that I noticed is when I had to climb, it was really hard to get that skinnier tire to bite and get traction. It was always sliding, so it didn't seem to matter what gear I was in. It was always slipping, and it was much harder to climb, a lot more work. As where the fat bike, the rear tire just digs and propels you up the hill like it should. Right? So if you don't own a fat bike and you know the trails are really well packed and you want to ride, and it's not against the rules, because some trails in the wintertime, they don't want you riding non-fat bikes on the trails. I've been at this a long time, so I kind of know when I can ride the trails and not cause a rut, and when I can't, and things like that. But you know, follow the trail rules. But yeah, if you get a chance and it's packed and you can ride your regular bike, go for it. It's fun to ride in the wintertime. But if you own a fat bike and you own a regular mountain bike and you have an opportunity to go ride your fat bike, because it's just a much better experience. So I'm glad I got out on that bike. My knee's feeling great. I definitely have some fitness to work on, but I'm stoked. I've ridden 2 days in a row right now. It is mid-February. I'm just super stoked on spring, and I'm just going to keep making videos. I'm getting better at it the more I do it, and I'm really just looking forward to this riding year and having my knee pain-free, I should say. And that's it. I could just babble on all day long. I could make this video 2 hours long if I wanted to just keep talking. Anyway, thanks for watching my channel. Please hit subscribe. That just helps create the numbers and gets more people interested, and like this video. Have a good day.